morning's meditation. I'm just going to mute you both. Bring the arms down alongside the body. Just allowing yourself the first few moments here to just settle. Whether you've just got out of bed and this position feels familiar, or whether you've already had a morning of doing bits and pieces. Today we're focusing on feeling light. And creating a sense of weightlessness within us. So we continue and finish off with this week's theme of gratitude and internal dialogue. Coming back to perhaps your list of things to do for today, and as we've talked about this week, instead of listing it as things that we have to or things that we must do, instead listing it as things that we get to do. Starting to notice where the mind has wandered away to. And gently drawing it back. With the mind beginning to work from a place of gratitude, that start to create that space within the body too. I'd like you to bring your focus down to your feet, noticing the space underneath the arch of the toes, the air that wraps around the arches of the feet. Perhaps noticing the small gap at the back of the ankle as the body rounds away from the mat. Noticing the space at the back of the kneecap, whether it's a little, whether it's a lot. But allowing the lower limb to just start to feel lighter. Start to notice the gentle opening of the hips at the front of the body and the space that surrounds them. And then begin to notice the space at the lower back as your body naturally moves away from the ground, allowing for space, prana, life force, to move in and around you. Starting to notice perhaps if there's any space around the back of the upper arm, perhaps at the armpit, the back of the elbow, the back of the hand. Noticing the space around and between each finger. Perhaps noticing and tuning into the feeling of the air across the inside of the palm, the inside of each finger, light, weightless, both supported by gravity and lifted by air. Start to notice the space at the back of the neck. And the air around the head and the hairline. And then as you inhale, I'd like you to really think about breathing down the vertebrae into the belly, and then back up, all the way up through the spine, into the top of the shoulder blades, into the neck. And as you exhale, empty all the way back down, let the body come back down to the ground. Every inhale, filling the belly, breathing up through the spine into the top of the shoulder blades, imagining lifting your body higher, create more space. And as you exhale, allow yourself to gently come back down. Continuing to breathe in that manner, becoming aware of the space within the body, within the rib cage, the lungs, to really fill and breathe into. Again, start to notice where the mind has wandered and see if you can gently bring it back. Bring it back to the body, bring it back to the breath. Back to the sense of lightness and touch. And slowly start to find some movement across the fingers and the toes. Move the fingers into the space. Take one last full deep breath cycle here. Expand the whole body and allow the arms to travel up and over with you as you breathe up through the spine. And as you exhale, let the air leave the body, rolling yourself onto your left or your right side. With the eyes closed, gently pressing yourself up to a seated position on your mat. Noticing the air all around you. Breathing into it as you expand the belly, the width of the rib cage, the height of the upper back, shoulders, the crown of the head. And as you exhale, come back down through it. Bring the arms in front of you, rub them together. Bring the hands over the eyes. Blink the eyes open behind the hands. Spread the fingers when you feel ready. And draw the hands down.